not very shonen or anything. Because I mean, there's not that power level jump. Because even in the books where he starts getting more powerful, it's a very slow progression.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a zombie survival.
But it is time for the show to start. So let's jump into it. You ready?
No,
ready?
Go ahead.
No, you're not ready, but we'll start it anyway.
Don't I look like I haven't been sleeping? Just go ahead and start.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. We always fuck it. We're doing it live. That's nothing new.
I know, right?
All right, welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Q.
And let's talk about some news, man. There's several new trailers that have come out recently.
Yeah, one of them's.
Let's pull up the first one here. What do we got?
Man, did you hear? Dicejunkies just went live.
Oh, we just went live. Look at that. Now this one, I mean, it's as far as I know, it's not a comic book or a graphic novel or anything like that. But I thought it was interesting because it was a YouTube series, and I liked the last YouTube series I watched, which was
Cobra Kai.
The Cobra Kai.
That was actually good though.
Well, it was. It was really good. No, that's why I liked it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this has Reading Rainbow, Star Trek guy,
Lamar Burton.
Yeah. So that's
Rainbow
sort
guy.
of cool. Yeah, Reading Rainbow.
He was a couple of other things too. That's not even his biggest role. He was at Star Trek.
I knew him in Reading Rainbow before I knew him in anything else.
Everybody knew him in Reading Rainbow before he knew anything else. We were kids.
He will always be the Reading Rainbow guy. Sorry. It looks weird. It looks almost
It's literally called Weird City.
Yeah. No, it's called Weird City. It looks weird. It looks like it could be interesting, but it does look like it's really low budget.
That's not the worst effects I've ever seen.
Not the worst, but definitely.
I mean, for YouTube,
definitely not the best acting or effects.
Well, that's not budget. That's just terrible decisions.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's
and direction.
Like Cobra Kai, you could tell it had no budget, man, but it was awesome. So, but I mean, you can't do that sci-fi without a really good budget, without it just coming off really cheesy. Now, it does look like they intended it to be cheesy, so it may still be funny.
It'll pass the time. I mean, I'll put it on while I'm playing Fallout 4.
Yeah, we'll see. What do we got next? I think we had the Marvel movie.
Punisher 2. Oh, you're talking about Well, the next one our wonderful editor clicked on was a Marvel 2.
Sorry.
I know. Yeah, I mean both these are Marvel. So, got a new Punisher trailer.
Wait, this is The Last of Us?
Huh?
This is The Last of Us?
No, it's not The Last of Us.
Okay.
It is definitely going for the Last of Us trope, though. Though the moment that's coming up in the trailer hasn't really shown yet. But I mean, I'm looking. I want to see how they do this. There's been a lot of rumors along the interwebs that
thought we weren't going there.
I'm not going there. I'm just saying there's been a lot of rumors. I'm curious if they are true. There's been a lot of uproar. You never know. And from the trailer, you can't tell.
It looks like
it's mostly going back to the original villain from the first one. So
I just hope he doesn't keep dreaming about his wife, because I've almost seen his wife get shot as many times as Martha Kent, and like not Kent, Bruce Wayne's parents. Like they showed her getting shot so much.
They also show her in moments of intimacy quite a lot. Like you see her.
Well, I haven't seen the Waynes have sex as often, but I've seen him get shot a lot.
You see her face quite a lot, from his dreams. But
I mean. You recognize one of those villains from the trailer. They didn't even hide that.
Yeah.
The other villain maybe rubbed some people the wrong way. That's all I'll say on it. You see, he walks around in a pastor suit.
Yeah. So you're gonna get, if nothing else, there's definitely the religious connotation there, which could have some issues.
Yeah, whether it is or isn't, people are still gonna scream anti-religion. So unfortunately, it's gonna be an issue, whether it is an issue.
Yeah.
But it's the old grizzled guy who lost lost his family protecting the young girl trope.
But yeah, the fact that they threw the Last of Us trope in this is sort of become something where, with especially with superheroes and stuff like that, is becoming more and more of a thing where they're trying to do.
Hey, Zeno, do you think he'll be reluctant to help her at first because he doesn't need to get involved in this because he just wants to be left alone?
Yeah. No, I mean, we all, I think we all know the trope, man. We all know.
I don't really want that trope, Frank Castle. I liked him as an angry loner psychopath. Don't humanize him. You did that in the first season. The second season, demonize him. You know, like why can't the second season he just gets worse and like scarier? But no, now it's gonna be like I'm gonna keep you safe here. So.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest. I'm sort of hoping. I was sort of hoping for an even darker Frank Castle. Like I would love to have seen him even just go deeper into that psyche.
Like here's the intro I would have loved for this trailer. If you just see a guy in a basement looking at a wall, just loading a gun, and it zooms in and it flashes back to season 1.
Yeah,
and it's just there. And as it zooms in, you realize it's Frank Castle. He's just literally staring at a blank wall, loading a gun with like the dead eyes, and then they just go, season 2, shit gets real. Like that would have just been amazing because I kind of like Punisher, kind of crazy, you know. And after a crap that just happened, wouldn't he be even more of a loose cannon? Because like everything went south, man.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely went south. Like I would definitely love to see that even looser cannon and see where that goes. But you know. They threw in the
Papa Wolf.
Yeah,
I'll protect her. She's become a surrogate daughter. I'm gonna save this kid.
I can't kill this guy because she's watching me.
Like you don't do this. I'm the bad guy. You don't hurt any people. I'll handle this. You stay here. And no, you're gonna die. No, you stay here. No. It runs out and it almost gets killed. And
you're spoiling it, man. You're spoiling.
That's a shame that I probably am, and like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but it sounds right.
But yeah, no, it is, dude. It's like I saw just that trope is just all over it. So I mean, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, we haven't seen it, so
this would have been fun if it was him and Jigsaw just with huge collateral damage, just like them going at it and more innocent people getting drug into it until like other people start showing up, going like, "Okay, dude, you two got to stop, man. You're using high-powered automatic weapons in a friggin' cul-de-sac. Okay, you do know people are dying. Yeah. I didn't shoot them on purpose. You know, just like." Just go out of control. Yeah. But no, it looks like this is going to be a heartwarming story of the bonding.
I will definitely say watching the trailer was one of the most disappointing.
God, Logan.
It was, yeah, I know. I was, you know, it was one of the more disappointing trailers because I was just like, man, because I mean, Punisher second season. I mean, as soon as the first season ended, I was ready for it, man. I've been sort of, and then the rumor mill started, and I was like, I'm not listening to the rumor mill. You know, I'm not doing that. You know, I didn't even want to talk about it. You brought it up, and I was like, man, it's fucking rumors. I'm not going there. You know. And then I watched this trailer, and I'm just like, okay, even if they don't go there, now there's other stuff that's just like,
They just pasted zombies in place of all the criminals with, like, mushroom heads. It's just freaking Last of Us.
But
I'm going to call that girl Ellie now. From the point on, it's going to be Ellie. I'm just going to keep calling her Ellie.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, let's talk.
I'm actually just trying to not go to the next trailer, too. Part of this is I don't even want to go to the next trailer. You don't want to go.
Come on, man. Marvel,
I'm too invested for
Marvel
them to do
Studios,
this to me.
Captain Marvel, special look, man. Here we go. Aren't you ready for what is her name, Carol Danvers or something?
Did you know she can travel through time?
I don't. Look,
she can lift Thor's hammer.
There's nothing in this trailer that tells me that she can travel through time or.
Thanos is puny, man. She's not impressed.
You know, nothing in this trailer tells me that. Where are you getting that from?
She can move from her. From the actual actress. She has said all of this.
Oh, well, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, what you got to say to that?
I thought you were pulling shit from the comics.
No, I'm pulling this from what she and Samuel L. Jackson oddly have claimed.
Okay, because we know that they haven't really, as far as the comics go, they omit a lot of that stuff. But
No, she can't travel through time, man. That's some bull crap they're putting in the movie so that she can save everyone. She's also the real reason Avengers got created, man. She's the first. I mean, technically Captain America, but they're kind of ignoring that.
I mean,
he's frozen, so he doesn't count anymore.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. Once again, it is a bit of a disappointing trailer. But, I mean, I don't know, man.
Did she just walk through a wall?
Marvel hasn't...
Don't you act like she didn't just walk through a damn wall.
I haven't been super disappointed by a Marvel movie other than maybe Thor. Like one of the earlier Thors.
Okay, I now disagree with everybody. They need to shut the hell up. I liked it when she wasn't smiling. It hurts to see her try to smile. I prefer her go back to the serious face.
Yeah, the whole smiling thing. I don't know about that.
I like a stern character. I don't have a problem with that. I prefer stern.
You go to a lot of different places. I don't go. Like I didn't hear anything about the whole smiling thing.
It was stupid. For some people, the reason I had a problem with smiling, I'm going like, do you know Ms. Marvel? She's not a nice. I almost use a bad. I'm not going to call her that, but she's not nice.
I mean, why do you have a problem with somebody not smiling? There's a lot of characters that. I mean, that's a personality trait.
Yeah, Frank Castle rarely smiles, and I love that about Frank. In fact, I don't like the fact that it looks like he's going to be smiling in this. He's probably going to smile to the little girl. It's okay there. Yeah. Like, I don't want him to smile. I like a bastard.
Let's see. Storm Brawler says, if she pops up and one punches Thanos, I'm done with Marvel.
That's what she's going to do, man. And then she's going to travel back in time and save everyone.
I think Ant-Man's going to do that.
No, she can travel through time.
Maybe,
she doesn't need Ant-Man.
Maybe she's going to get all timey-wimey.
No, she'll save Ant-Man. She'll save Ant-Man while she's at it. She'll save Ant-Man. She'll be like, who the hell is this? Oh, here. I've saved all the Avengers now. Bam. Have you seen her new comic?
No.
She fights a space misogynist in her first comic.
Yeah, well, I mean, we already know the comics have gone really.
But I'm not even exaggerating. They literally call him a misogynist in the comic.
Well, I mean, okay, so since we're here, you brought up Disney's numbers earlier.
The SEC report where they basically Disney has outright said, yeah, Star Wars is not making money. Everyone's lying. It's telling you, oh, Star Wars: The Force Awakens is an amazing movie and it's No, they lost money.
What about? I mean, they own Marvel Studios. Do they have any say in the comics as well? Or?
Yes, they have. The Star Wars books are suffering a little more than the Marvel books.
I'm talking about the Marvel books. I mean,
they're losing it too.
Because I know the Marvel comics have gone bad. Did they bring up that in the report or anything?
Hold on, editor, do Disney SEC report. But they put out their financial report and they're hemorrhaging money on it, man. It is going downhill. SEC. So they have not been very happy with the results. So despite you hearing some media,
let's go this way, man. You're falling off the camera over there. There you go.
I was trying to be further to the left because I keep being accused of being too far to the right. So generally, because here's the thing is I watch a lot of YouTube and media, and there's been this attempt to act like Star Wars is doing a lot better than it is, and the financial report does not agree. When they put out their SEC report, they were like, no, we're losing cash.
You've been pretty critical on Star Wars for a while. So.
Only because people were trying to act like it's something it wasn't. Like, if people just said, okay, yeah, that didn't land. Okay. I mean, but when you go and you attack your fan base, it's like, don't lie to people.
On there?
So they were not pleased with the results of Star Wars this year. And they basically stated they're losing it.
But let's see. Woodenball is saying
Solo did poorly.
See, that's probably just in the last year. Solo did poorly. Something. My editor knocked it off so I could see.
And here's a key part to it. What a lot of people forget is that they don't make all of their money off the movies. They sell toys and comics and books and paraphernalia, and that's what's not selling the most. They are losing a lot of money on the toys and the books and all the collectibles because the people who do the collecting,
all right, you can pull the link up now.
Those are the people that they've been kind of not so nice to. But in like Lucas Studios or the current Miss Kennedy has not been very polite to the collectors, and unfortunately, they don't want to give her their money. So
Walt Disney Holdings trimmed.
So like, there's a lot of good videos out there if y'all want to see them. There's some great guys on YouTube covering it. Clownfish, Yellow Flash. They have some videos out where they break it down, but basically they went down, I think it was 7% this year and 17% on the profits for the product.
So it is for this year.
Yeah, it's 2018.
Yeah, I will say, man. I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see where Disney goes with the Star Wars thing. Like I can't say too much about the Star Wars thing because I've just like I haven't been a fan of Star Wars since the original 3. You know, like Star Wars was my childhood. Like anything outside of my childhood that's been Star Wars, I've not been a huge fan of. So it's sort of hard for me to go.
Ooh, well, for me, like, the only good part of the prequels is the same thing that's going to be the only good part of the Ms. Marvel movie. It's Samuel L. Jackson. I think from what I've seen, he seems to be acting his butt off in that movie. I think it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the best.
That's a whole nother story with the Marvel stuff. Like, I mean, if they do something, like, I mean, Marvel is with Disney. The Marvel movies are a finely tuned machine that they've worked out, and they've been riding this train for a while. Once they screw up that machine and they fall off, that's a lot of money they're going to go down.
Well, one of the reasons too is because it's a cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, a really bad movie, just like Solo and The Last Jedi, can sink the franchise. And we've already seen the franchise slayer over in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. I mean, my God, KK.
But they'll have X-Men soon, so they'll be able to ride that train. Maybe.
I told you that they'll probably do it as a new universe. I think that's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. I think they're going to do it as a new universe. I'm pretty sure Phoenix will be the last.
Are you saying
of
on the big
Fox
screen we'll get to see Shade?
I'm not even
allowed to talk about it. I've been not allowed to talk about Shade. Google it yourself. New X-Men. Shade. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm not
allowed to throw shade on Shade.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I have any problem with talking about it as much as it's just, to me, it's not newsworthy.
I don't have an opinion. Like, honestly, you may think I do, but I don't read X-Men comic anymore.
Well, you keep bringing it up, so I think you have an opinion. If you keep bringing it up, I'm just like, it's not something I care to talk about.
I'm just curious if it's going to make it into the new X-Men movie. The new lineup.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to throw half of the X-Men that they throw in these in the comics into the movies. You focus on the popular ones that are your money makers, dude. Movies you can't have as expansive of a universe in movies and stuff as you can with comics because there's just not as many of them.
No, that's genius. You know what they did do? They did do it like they did to Marvel. Don't throw in 9 X-Men in a movie. Yeah. Do a couple of backstories. Do like you did Iron Man and Thor and Hulk.
Well, you do throw in the core. You can throw some stuff in the background. Which I mean, the first X-Men movies basically did that.
I would love to see them start with like Wolverine, and do a full backstory like they did Iron Man and Thor. Like he has his series of movies, and then in another movie you grab a couple of more X-Men, but not all of them. Like you get I'm gonna do Jean Grey and.
So you want to build up the universe with do Wolverine's backstory, have Xavier and stuff like that, and then slowly build them up.
Slowly build it up, and then put the whole team together. Yeah. If you want to make the most money,
and they establish the school, and then you can start having some of the people show up in the background,
and then do something different that we haven't seen in a while. Do a freaking backstory for a villain. Do a Magneto movie, and it's just Magneto. And it's just the Magneto movie as he builds his team. And and then now when these two teams clash, you have a lot more investment because you follow both of their stories up to this point.
Yeah, and Woonball says the fact that Disney's spending a lot of money on their digital service could have to do with their lower reports as well, which is true.
Yeah, they broke it down by the sectors.
They are building that up. So
they broke it down by the sectors, though, where they lost money.
I think Captain Marvel is supposed to be the last. Is Captain Marvel supposed to be the first or the last one before they do the service? I can't remember. It's either the first or the last. So
I think it's going to be the last of many things.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you got Infinity War. I'm figuring Infinity Wars, the part 2, is going to be one of those that they definitely want to get on that digital exclusive.
You can call it Infinity War 2. You can call it Captain Marvel 2. It's
get that second Infinity Wars, force them to well, you want to watch it, you either got to go buy the DVD or subscribe to our service. Let's see. Last thing we had, I think, was Resident Evil. Now this you brought up. You saw some new gameplay. Apparently, they had like a
30-minute one-shot where you could play through and get as far as you can in 30 minutes. There is an actual end, of course. It is actually possible to reach the end of
which apparently the video that we have going, I think they went through the 30-minute shot in 3 minutes. And, I mean, he doesn't even seem to be going that fast. So.
I mean, a lot of people were spending time with the game playing around.
Yeah.
This is somebody who's obviously probably used the alternate ID to play it again.
Gotcha.
But this game is amazing. I never played Resident Evil 2. So I always regretted that. I played Resident Evil 1. I played 4. I played 5 and 6. But I never played 7. And, wow, that's right out of 7. And and I never played 2, which I always heard about. This is cool that they've updated because, honestly, when I tried to go back and play it, it was too retro. The graphics, the gameplay was too clunky. Yeah,
as much as I like a lot of the games retro, and it is hard to go back and deal with those graphics. Like, after you've played high-end graphics, it doesn't... Like, so many times I play a game and I'm like, oh, yeah, graphics don't matter. It's a good story. And then you go back to go play it, and it's like, oh, God, why does graphics have to matter? Damn it.
It burns so bad.
Like, you can go a little ways back, and it's okay. But there's, like, this point to where it's just like, okay, that's painful. That's painful to...
Yeah, not everybody's wired to be able to really... I mean, oddly enough, I could do 8-bit. It's really this part. It's at the polygon stage where it gets hard to do.
It's almost at that Final Fantasy VII stage with the polygon that's hard to go back to.
It hits just the right zone of not cartoony enough, but also not realistic enough.
Well, and that's the thing. Like the really cartoony games, bumping them up to a higher resolution is pretty easy.
So here's what I want to say. This is the key part. If y'all can see this, it looks great. I've watched several playthroughs. I'm going to get it. I am. I've decided I'm actually going to get it because I've never played it. Here's what I like to see. I'm going to send out a bone to those poor AAA studios and those graders who want to make money.
You going to grind on that some more?
No. This is for us. Shut up. This is going to benefit us. We just want to think they're winning. Okay. You guys want to be lazy and make money with little work. Do this. Go back to your games that you've already made.
Yeah.
Take your Resident Evil 7, your new popular engine. Put the games that... I'd love to play Final Fantasy 2.
You say little
Kingdom
work, but how's that been working for Final Fantasy 7, actually? Like, Final Fantasy 7's been, in the remake for... How many years now? Like, how many times have they
don't ask me why they took longer than Resident Evil, okay?
Like, they restarted the project, 10 times,
I think, there's a difference, though. They didn't have an engine to run with. They're making it. This is Resident Evil 7, dude. I've watched people play. Okay. This is Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
What they redid it. It's a mod, almost. It's Resident Evil 7 engine for Resident Evil 2. But to me, it works.
Okay.
I'd love to play. They did a Resident Evil 1. I'd play Resident Evil 4 again with this.
Since you're gonna bring up AAA and big studios and stuff like that, I was actually about to skip this one.
But, it's you this time, not me. This is you.
But we'll bring up. Fallout 76 has had such a good history so far. Their latest thing is apparently they're banning people because they've managed to find the developer room. And all I gotta say is it's an online game. How stupid are you to have left something in like a developer room? Like that's just
not be separate from the access that anyone else can get.
Like how did you allow for online players to get access to the developer room? That's just, and then you're going to be like, oh, we're going to ban. Now, okay, I'll admit, I have not seen because I don't play Fallout 76. I don't really care enough to go and find exactly what the steps are. Maybe it requires a little more evasive steps to get into the developer room. But, I mean, there's items in this developer room that hadn't even been released yet, to my understanding. So
yeah, I don't remember the Anglers being out yet. Angler meet with Todd. By the way, god dang it, this really is just Fallout 4. Angler? Wow. But anyway, here's the kicker about this. I have a problem with this. but not the problem you think. Why are you banning them? It's in the damn game. Like, to a certain degree,
Well,
it kind of seems like bullcrap for you to ban them for something that's in the game they bought from you.
That's why I mentioned I don't know the steps to get to it. Like, depending on what the steps to get to it is, and the articles I've read, nobody's posted them. So you'll have to, if you really want to find the steps, you're going to have to go through Reddit or something like that where somebody explains. Because even the video, there was a video that told you how to get there. They got it forced down. So,
I mean, that's the thing that gets me.
They've been sort of pulling back that information, trying to hide it as much as they can until I guess they get some kind of patch or something in there.
I don't know, man. If that person didn't actually hack into your friggin' systems or something behind the screen. If I bought a game, I'd do whatever the heck I want to it, man. You know, like I'd be upset if you decided to ban me and you put it in the game. It'd be different if you go remove the items, but telling me I can't play a game I'm paying for?
Yeah, because I mean, apparently a bunch of people several people have created secondary accounts, went and got the items out of the developer room, then sent them to other accounts because they were only banning the accounts that actually went in the developer room, not the accounts that had the items from the developer room.
That's stupid. Okay, well, I take it back because they're not really banning people then. But no, it's just... Here's my issue. This is why I don't like online games. You know, I'm a big anti-MMO guy. I don't really like to mess with them. And this is a good example of the kind of thing that confuses me. Okay, this isn't a membership game that you pay a monthly fee for access to. This is a game you bought. But you have to be online to play it.
Yeah.
Which means Bethesda has to allow you to play it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I buy this game from you, but then I do something that you don't like, though I can do it. It's not that I broke the law. It's just you left an opening for me to do something you didn't like. You can now tell me I can't play the game that I bought from you.
Yeah, well,
but I don't get my money back.
I mean, that's sort of one of the it's one of the problems a lot of people have with always online games is the fact that I can buy a game, and because I did something to the game that I purchased that you didn't like, you can basically rip my license away from me for playing that game.
If it has a single-player mode or an offline mode, that's one thing. But to my knowledge, this doesn't. So when they ban you, I can't play anymore. But it's not like they're canceling a membership. You paid a full price. God forbid if you bought the $200 edition, and now you can't play it.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen other games that have done similar stuff. So I don't. I still think Fallout should have private servers. Fallout 76, I think that would make the...
Or be a membership so people can just stop if they don't want to play it anymore. I mean, it makes more money, and it will allow people... But see, the thing is, it allows people to drop out when you're done.
But membership, I probably still wouldn't play the game. Like, if I could actually set up my own private Fallout 76 server that I could mod if I wanted to, as long as I'm not touching their
zombie
public,
apocalypse.
Yeah, as long as I'm not touching their public servers, I probably would have bought the game. But because all their servers are public servers and you can't do, they don't want you to edit it in any way. To me, that destroys the purpose of most Bethesda games. Like, I buy Bethesda games because of modding. I buy Bethesda games because of that ability to do. That's why, where ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, was fun, had some good story in it. I played it for a while. I got the story out of it, and then I bailed. Mm-hmm. It's not like Skyrim or Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, where I replay it and play it differently and mod it and, have put thousands of hours into it or whatever. You're taking one of the big aspects that your company is known for, and you're sort of destroying that aspect of the game. And to me, that's not Bethesda. It's why I think Fallout 76 was probably one of their worst ideas.
I agree, man. I'm playing Fallout 4 now because you know what'll bring me back? Just a cool mod.
Yeah.
Oh, look, somebody's invented an orbital bombardment weapon. They actually came out recently. I re-downloaded Fallout 4 solely because somebody invented a cool little gun mod. And I think they could have got so much money if they had allowed you, like, again, the Steve or whatever from Minecraft, brilliant guy who's like, no, set up your own worlds. Because, dude, I just thought of a great idea. I would love to set up a Fallout world where at night, just massive amounts of monsters spawn. So that you have to build a shelter because at nighttime it's so dangerous. Imagine if just double, quadruple spawns at night. That would be so fun.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing with Fallout 76 that's going on. I think the only other, I guess, gaming news is also, I mean, we saw Activision, their market dropped, and there's some rumors of insider trading, stuff like that. But basically, Bungie has left Activision
and taking Destiny 2 with them.
What's left of Bungie anyway? I mean, a lot of the original pieces of Bungie have splintered off along the way.
I think all they have is Destiny 2. But the problem is that this, of course, naturally lowered the income.
Well, they apparently had a new game that they were working on as well. So.
Yeah. I think China paid them to work on something. There's some kind of Chinese, not China, but some investors.
Yeah. Well, they actually invested in the company because it's considered a private company. So they actually bought part of the company and then...
well, it's really smart for them to bail before Activision can gum that up. So not a bad idea.
Because, I mean, Activision was their publisher, and they were beholden to Activision's release schedule, patch schedule, stuff like that, and they wanted to sort of do their own pace and not be beholden to those schedules. And so they've taken away that.
Well, you know, the whole budget cuts and everything. Yeah, I could see Bungie being like, hell no. But the key part is that this naturally, they lost the Destiny 2, are going to lose Destiny 2 revenue, which lowered their stock. The reason that there is rumors of a case being put together by the investors for fraud is that supposedly the investors have seen signs that there was trading prior to this deal that they didn't know about. So they're now going, did you know about this back when you started selling your stock? Yeah. So it's not confirmed, but it's being investigated. Unfortunately, the investigation alone will still harm their reputation and stock. No one's going to invest in a company that's being investigated for frauding its investors.
I mean, Bungie, even it's not hurt. I mean, there's a lot of things Activision's doing that's hurting their stock, and Bungie's just, I think, a one of many, and the fraud's just going to be one of many. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think that's gonna wrap up this part of the show. So if you're watching this on YouTube, the next video will be our random encounters. If you're watching this live or listening to us on podcast, then it's coming up next. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. Just search for Dicejunkies and you'll find us there. And if you want to help support us and allow us to keep doing this and maybe actually be able to pay our editor at some point, you can help us out on Patreon. So
donate to pay the editor. Pay the editor. Make sure you tag it with pay the editor when you do it.
So she'll maybe give our videos a little more love when she puts them together for us. Who knows? All right, guys. Look, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And
something about a notification.
Check out more videos.